All aboard your Tech and Games caboose. So Apple had their iPad and iPad Air and their mini that was released today. So we'll go over some of that. And we also have some games from demos from Splatoon 2 and Mortal Kombat 11 closed beta, and even some Halo Insider MCC early access signups. So let's start off with the iPad Air. So these are the 2019 version. So there is a 10.5 inch iPad Air and then a 7.9 inch iPad mini. And they have the new A12 Bionic chip that you see in some of the newer iPhones. So pretty good, powerful, performing CPU there. And then we also get to see some other things, like it's 6.1 millimeters thin. So these are thin iPads. We'll have to see how they do with their bend testing later on. And then we also get to see 10 hours of battery life, so good battery life from these. There's going to be some LTE models and other things. So performance wise, with the new A12 Bionic chip versus the previous models, on the iPad Air we see a 70% performance increase, as well as a 2 times on graphics, and then for the mini it's a 3 times performance increase and then 9 times on the graphics. So the mini is getting a really good performance versus the last model, so pretty good there. And then you'll be able to use little extra things that can increase your experience, like the pencil. So this is, I believe, the first gen. I'm not sure if it's compatible with the second gen, but the crayon was also mentioned to work on Reddit, so that is a little bit less expensive. The first pen, the pencil Gen 1 is around $100, and then below for the crayon and above for the Gen 2 model. So blazing fast graphics with graphics performance again 2 times or 9 times for the mini, so pretty good there. And then the Retina display, so with a bigger screen that's a little bit bigger than the other version, the previous versions, you'll get a little bit more resolution as well, and we'll go over that in just a minute. But what else do we have? Some cameras. The back camera is an 8 megapixel back camera and then a 7 megapixel front camera. So it looks like the front camera got a pretty big upgrade. And you can do some AR stuff with the A12 Bionic chip from Apple, so you can place stuff in your house. Pretty cool interactive stuff there. And then with the pencil you can draw pretty cool with this as well, if you didn't go for the Pro model and do all the extra Pro stuff. So pretty fun to draw and everything. And then there was a couple other things with the screen, like DCI P3 color space, as well as True Tone display technology, which is basically white balancing for if you're near a pool or in your house. It'll help you with better display colors. So pretty good there. And then the iPad mini is the smaller version, 7.9 inch Retina, same A12 Bionic chip, and lots of good performance there. So some cool stuff. There's some multitasking stuff that you can do. It's all on iOS 12, so you'll get some good stuff out of that. And then here's a side-by-side from Internet Tech. So they do a pretty good graph versus even the previous models. So we get to see the 10.5 inch with the little bit higher resolution, and so that is good. And then it's a couple grams heavier than the previous models, not too big a deal. And the only thing that we don't really know is the RAM, but we can expect 3 to 4 gigabytes of RAM, so that will help with multitasking and all that good stuff. And the internal storage looks like they've been upgraded from previous models. The baseline version, they both start at 64 gigs and then they go up to 256. And we'll go over pricing, which is basically $500 for the iPad Air, and then you can do another $150 for the extra storage, or $130 for the cellular connection, which is $130. So you can do both of those together for a total of $780 for both upgrades. And then the mini is going to start at $400, and then the $130 cellular upgrade, or the $150 extra for storage. So pretty good there. And the iPad Air, I believe, comes with a dual bottom firing speakers. The mini might as well, and then headphone jacks will be present as well in the Air, at least. I'm not sure about the mini, but pretty cool iPad Air and iPad mini if you were looking for an upgrade with lots more performance, a little bit more resolution, some extra color space, and some pretty good iOS 12 enhancements as well. So pretty cool for Apple. And that's your tech news. So let's jump into a little bit of quick fire game news. We have a bunch of early access demos and betas. So for Splatoon 2, if you're a Nintendo fan, you will get to play a free demo from the 19th, which is tomorrow, until the 25th. So this is a special demo. You get about a week, and you'll get to play a bunch of different things like the 4 vs 4 Turf Wars, and salmon running. That's always good to run some salmons. League battle, ranked battle modes, online with your friends and other players who own the full game. And then if you like it, then you can get a 20% off the full game. And that will start on, I believe, the 19th, and then the code will also expire on the 25th, so the length of the actual special demo. So check it out if you haven't. I believe you need the online mode and a Switch subscription, however that came. So that is pretty good if you want some free fun. If you don't have the game or you wanted to check it out or thinking about it. And also with Mortal Kombat 11, we get to see the closed beta date. So this is coming on March 28th, basically March 27th for a lot of people at nighttime. So we'll get to see a close-up for different regions. The Americas will get on 8 p.m. Pacific time, it looks like, on Wednesday the 27th, and then 15 at GMT for United Kingdom, and then an hour later for Europe and Middle East. And lastly, Asia and Oceania, which will get it at their specific times, and then they'll end at different times as well. So make sure you're ready for some Mortal Kombat, and you'll need to pre-order to gain access for this closed beta. And one other extra game news, Halo Insider program. It looks like you can sign up, which you could have probably signed up previously, but they are mentioning that you players who opt in could get access to console and PC lighting. So you'll be able to potentially get into the Halo the Master Chief Collection. So this will get you some good Halo fun on the PC, and potentially you could get some, basically give your own feedback to improve the game, and which has already been affected. And a direct result of insiders participating have already seen changes into the game. So pretty cool there for different betas and everything from different games, Mortal Kombat beta and a special demo, and a bunch of cool stuff that you can do, as well as a pretty good iPad and iPad Air and Mini. So you choose which one's best. And we have Mark saying, we want the show. We were a minute or two late. Sorry about that. And Lulu with an apple a day. I'm not sure what that could do, but it might become more healthy. And as always, we will have another episode tomorrow at 1 p.m. Pacific with some more tech and game news. With that, we will be signing out. Pew, 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 pew.